All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Tonight, we're going to be talking about the 2-0 Washington Commanders. Yes, you heard that correctly. The Washington Commanders are 2-0. They're coming off an extremely impressive come-from-behind road victory against the Denver Broncos this past Sunday. This was the first time Washington has had more than 35 offensive points scored in a win since December 24th. 2016. Now, I know time flies. It's 2023. That was over 7 years ago, or just about 7 years ago. In Ron Rivera's first 51 games with Washington, 0 35-point performances from the offense. Eric Bieniemy effect. In just his second game, 35 freaking points. Sam Howell in just his third ever NFL start. The 2022 fifth round draft pick killed it. 27 of 39, 69.2% completion percentage, 299 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 13 rushing yards. A couple of those went back due to holding calls or just offensive penalties. Sam Howell has looked really good. Now, I know this Washington team started a little bit slow in week 1. Outside of Dallas and Green Bay, every single team started slow in week 1, and they still got the win with an impressive fourth quarter comeback. Sam Howell is showing me a lot. I mean, he is showing me a lot. But before we get into today's video, if you guys enjoy it, be sure to hit that like button, hit that sub button. Washington fans, I apologize. I haven't made a video on this team in way too long. So if we could try and get this video to 100 likes, that would mean the world to me. If you guys want more Commanders videos, let me know down below. It's crazy because I know we're only 2 games in, but it's a night and day difference from last year's Kansas City Chiefs to this year's Kansas City Chiefs and last year's Washington squad to this year. Now, we've made a lot of Washington videos on this channel at the end of last season because we saw something. You know, there is clear existing young talent with this Washington team, but one thing that they've really suffered at for I don't even know how many years it's been a really long time. They've struggled with quarterback play. They've just really struggled with it. And Sam Howell, you know, he fell back to the 5th round in the 2022 NFL draft. Down season in his final year at college, the dude is poised. The dude is in control, and he can throw a football, and we've seen that exactly. This Washington team, regardless of how they finish, regardless of what their record states, they're going to be a very difficult team to stop. One thing I've really noticed with Washington, and it's not something I had an issue with last season, especially with Heineke as the quarterback. The morale is through the roof. Like, the players, the coaches, the fans obviously are loving this. They're just having a fun time out there. And I think all these little things, I think they genuinely begin to add up and they go a long way. Sam Howell, though, for a dude who has 3 career NFL starts, cool, calm, and collected. These are things you cannot teach. Now, I know that both of the 2 games, you've come back in the fourth quarter, you've come back in the second half, specifically to that Denver game. They put up 21 second half points, including 14 in the fourth quarter. I get it. It's not perfect, especially that Arizona game. But good teams find ways to win. Great teams find ways to win. And good quarterbacks, no matter how they've been playing, no matter how the first quarter went, the second quarter, the third quarter, whatever it is, when crunch time comes, they come to play. And that's exactly what I've seen from Sam Howell in just these 2 brief NFL games this season and then his start last year. Wasn't Sam Howell's first touchdown pass against the Dallas Cowboys? Like, that right there is enough. That's enough for me to buy a little bit of stock into him. But nonetheless, this defense, welcome back to the league. Welcome back, Chase Young, by the way. This defense is extremely legit. Extremely legit. And they were extremely legit last season, but obviously the season didn't go as planned. This is a different squad. There's a special energy. There's a special aura. There's this vibe that this Washington team is just getting off. And it goes back to just having fun. These guys are just having a blast. But they're flying so under the radar. One thing I really like about Bieniemy's offense, this system, this scheme that's in place, is how diverse the targets are. We have yet to see Terry McLaurin this season. He's coming off a good game, 5 catches, 54 yards, and a touchdown against Denver. But we know Scary Terry. We haven't seen Scary Terry this season. Jahan Dotson, 3 catches, 22 yards. He's been very underwhelming, but keep in mind, they're passing the ball to anybody and everybody. I mean, you can go up and down the list, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There were 10 different receivers and running backs and tight ends who caught a ball in that victory over Denver. I mean, it is insane. It literally is insane. Unpredictability. It goes a very long way, as we see it already. But defensively, this is what a lot of people saw coming. A lot of Commanders fans, a lot of good NFL media members saw this coming. Their defense is so good. But I think because of, outside of like Chase Young, especially with the newer generation, people like to just chase, superstars. So you see an injured Chase Young and it makes a huge difference. But this, you've got Payne, you've got Sweat. I mean, this is a team that's coming off 7 sacks. They just had 7 sacks against Denver. I get it. Denver, Sean Payton, Russell Wilson, they're 0-2. It doesn't look great. I'm going to take 7 sacks. Denver's offensive line is shaky. So yes, they executed. You don't pick who you play. You don't pick your opponents. You just play who's in front of you. I can't pick Denver having a bad offensive line, but what I love to see is the execution. They were supposed to attack Russell Wilson. They were supposed to attack and obliterate the Broncos offensive line. You got to win in the trenches. And that is something that looks really good. We're only 2 games in, but the offensive trenches, the defensive trenches, this defensive line it's legit. The offensive line, things are coming together right now for Washington. Now, we're going to learn a lot about this team. This upcoming Sunday, they play at home the Buffalo Bills. The Buffalo Bills looked super shaky in that week 1 loss to the New York Jets, but they bounced back, especially in the second half, and they demolished the Raiders. It's a really good football team. After that, you play the Philadelphia Eagles, and then things get a little bit easier. You've got Chicago, Atlanta, and New York Giants. I predict the Washington Commanders to win one of these 2 games. Philly doesn't look great. They could upset Philly week 4. This team could be 3-1. If Washington is 3-1 after this upcoming 2-game stretch, the NFL will have taken notice. It's crazy because they're 2-0, but they've played, what the NFL media would say, underwhelming opponents in Denver and Arizona. So not many people are looking into them. They've got the NFL on some type of alert, but I don't think the NFL world is fully prepared for just how good Washington could be. Important word. Washington this year could be very, very good. But their future, especially with Sam Howell right now, it's looking very bright. That's it for tonight. If you enjoyed it, be sure to hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily NFL content. If you guys want more Commanders videos, let me know down below. But guys, give me a confidence rating in the comments. 10 being extremely confident, 1 being not confident at all in this Washington Commanders team. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great rest of your night, and we'll see you next time.